The day had started like any other for Adam, a single father trying to juggle work, parenting, and the aching exhaustion that settled into his bones after years of doing everything alone. His 9-year-old son, Liam, bounced beside him as they walked into the crowded weekend market. Adam had promised him a special breakfast at the little bakery stall, the one with warm buns that smelled like childhood and happiness. But even that comforting scent couldn't drown out the restlessness Adam felt inside. He carried the kind of loneliness that didn't show on the outside. To everyone else, he looked put together, a caring dad, a responsible man, someone who handled things. But inside, it had been a long time since anyone asked how he was doing. The market was loud, vendors calling out prices, customers laughing, children running, but among all that noise, something unusual caught Adam's attention. 2 children, maybe 6 or 7 years old, sat on a bench near a food stall. A boy and a girl. Twins. They weren't crying. They weren't calling out for anyone. They just sat quietly, small backpacks at their feet, holding each other's hands like they were keeping each other glued to the world. People passed them, glanced, then looked away. Someone murmured, probably waiting for a parent. Another shrugged. Not my business. But something tugged at Adam's chest. He watched them a moment longer. The twins tried speaking to a woman who walked by, but not with their voices. With their hands. Their fingers moved quickly, silently. The woman frowned, gave a confused half-smile, and hurried off. Adam's breath caught. They're deaf. And no one understood them. He remembered the tiny scrap of sign language he carried in his heart, something he had learned years ago, long before Liam was born, when he volunteered briefly at a community center. He'd forgotten most of it, but one sign he always remembered, one he never forgot. "Dad, can we get juice too?" Liam asked, tugging his sleeve. "Just a minute," Adam murmured, unable to tear his eyes away. The twins were trying again, trying to sign to another vendor, maybe asking for help. But the man waved them off, irritated. Liam followed his father's gaze and whispered, "Why is no one helping them?" Adam swallowed hard. He didn't have a cape. He didn't have all the answers. He wasn't even sure he remembered how to sign properly. But he had 2 working hands. And he had a heart that refused to walk away. He approached slowly. The twins stiffened, their eyes wide, as if bracing for more disappointment. Adam crouched down to their level, took a breath, and lifted his hands. "Hello." The boy gasped. The girl's eyes filled instantly. That single sign, the one simple word, hit them like sunlight breaking through a storm. They signed back quickly, desperately, hands trembling. Adam caught only fragments, but Liam's warm little hand slid into his, giving him courage to try. "Slow," Adam signed awkwardly. "Slow, please." The twins nodded, calming. Their names were Nora and Noel. They had come with their mother to the market. She'd gone to buy vegetables, but never came back. Adam felt ice slip down his spine. "How long?" he signed. They held up 4 fingers. 4 hours. The search began with urgency humming under Adam's skin. He contacted market security, vendors, customers. Liam stayed close to the twins, offering juice and crackers with gentle smiles. Nora and Noel clung to him like he was the first safe place they'd seen all day. As the minutes passed, so did Adam's fear, not for himself, but for them. He knew too well what it felt like to be abandoned, even by accident. He knew the ache of wondering if someone would come back. When security finally located a woman who matched the description, a woman who had collapsed from exhaustion in a far corner of the market, Adam rushed the twins to her. As soon as they saw her, they ran. She opened her eyes and immediately burst into tears, arms wrapping around them so tightly Adam felt the emotion from feet away. "I looked everywhere," she whispered when security translated for him. "I fainted, and when I woke up, they weren't there." The relief pouring from Nora and Noel was overwhelming. The mother stood, walked to Adam, and though she couldn't hear him, she bowed her head in gratitude. She pressed a thank you note into his hands, shaky handwriting, a trembling heart behind every letter. When security explained who had helped her children, she reached for Adam's hands and signed slowly, beautifully. You were their voice. Adam choked up. He had no words left, not spoken or signed. Liam hugged his father's waist, proud and smiling. As the family walked away, the little girl turned back and signed one more time. Thank you. Adam signed back. Be safe. Life didn't magically get easier after that day. Adam still carried heavy responsibilities. Liam still had questions about the world. But something inside Adam had shifted. For the first time in a long time, he felt seen not by the crowd, not by strangers, but by the quiet truth that kindness leaves no one invisible. And in a world full of noise, sometimes the most powerful message